You read the Kybalion, but miss these 3 hidden codes. That's how initiatic texts work. They contain layers of meaning. Have you ever reread a book and noticed something you'd never seen before? As if the words were always there, yet only now do they make sense. Or heard a song you've known for years, and suddenly, one line hits differently, like it was written just for you? That's how awakening begins. The information was always there, but you weren't ready to understand it. The Kybalion is just like that. Thousands have read it. They repeat the principles. They make summaries. But few truly grasp the hidden codes woven between the lines. Codes that don't change your life when you read them, but when you remember who you are. Stay until the end of this video to discover the 3 secret teachings from the Kybalion that almost no one sees, and to understand why your world only begins to change when you stop searching and start remembering. The Kybalion is not a manual, it's a map. Reading the Kybalion for the first time is like stepping into a dark cave with a dim flashlight. You see shadows, shapes, intuitions, but only with time and inner light do you begin to see what was always there. Initiatic works are not meant to be understood immediately. As Helena Blavatsky wrote, the veil that covers the truth is not torn away. It is lifted, layer by layer, as the eye becomes worthy of the vision. She also affirmed, the key to true wisdom lies in the symbols, not in the words. The Kybalion is precisely that, a symbolic key, not a how-to manual. Many are disappointed by its apparent simplicity because they seek ready-made formulas. But the text doesn't teach you how to do. It reveals how it is. It points the way so that the seeker may discover the path within. The famous phrase attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, "The lips of wisdom are closed, except to the ears of understanding," is not a warning. It's an invitation, a reminder that true wisdom cannot be handed over, only awakened. And that only happens when the reader has walked far enough to realize they're standing before a mirror. That's why so many read it without truly understanding, because they are still trying to control reality with the mind that wants, not with the consciousness that is. They still believe the law of mentalism is about positive thinking, when in truth it speaks of the very structure of reality, a projection of the mind of the all, as taught in Hermeticism. This is one of the most misunderstood Hermetic laws. People think it's about manipulating reality through thoughts. But the Kybalion makes it clear. The universe is mental, not in the sense of personal desire, but in the sense of being held within the vast, impersonal cosmic mind. If something within you is beginning to stir, like a spark rekindling from ancient knowledge, like a forgotten truth reawakening, then like this video and subscribe. It's more than support for the channel. It's a signal to the algorithm and to the universe that you're ready to go deeper into the true power of the mind. But if all is mental, why do so many think positively, and yet life stays the same? Code 1. The universe is mental, but the ego is not the creator. Imagine an actor on stage who, after playing a role for too long, forgets who he really is. He starts believing he's the name the play gave him, that the problems are real, that the script is already written. That's how the ego operates. It is the character, the name you respond to, the ID number, the memories, the wounds. It reacts based on what it's learned and pleads with the universe, fearing lack. But the Kybalion is clear. The all is mind. The universe is mental. And this mind is not the ego's. It is the cosmic mind, timeless and beyond identity. The Kybalion also reminds us, mind, as we use the term, is merely an individual manifestation of the universal mind. That means the thoughts of the ego, filled with fear, attachment, and craving, do not hold the true power of creation we often believe they do. This aligns perfectly with the writings of Hermes Trismegistus in the Corpus Hermeticum. Man is a wonder among beings, for he shares in both the mortal and the immortal. Only when he remembers his immortal essence, his conscious nature, one with the all, does his true power of co-creation activate. As long as he remains identified with his mortal side, his mind doesn't create. It repeats. In modern psychology, this is echoed in cognitive behavioral therapy, which shows that we filter reality based on internal beliefs. When you decide to buy a new car and suddenly see it everywhere, that's confirmation bias. Your mind is focused, and so you notice more of what matches that focus. But what if, unconsciously, your mind is focused on lack, on abandonment, on failure? Cognitive scientist Donald Hoffman from the University of California says, "Objective reality, as we perceive it, is a useful illusion." And quantum physicist Amit Goswami, known for applying quantum physics to consciousness, teaches, "It is not matter that creates mind. It is mind that collapses matter." The ego begs for change, yet keeps vibrating the same beliefs that maintain the world as it is. Consciousness, on the other hand, does not beg. It observes, it feels, it collapses reality through presence, never through desperation. This is the true power of the mind, not to force the world, but to align with the field from which the world arises. But what if what you call reality is just the echo of what you believed yesterday? Code 2. Everything around you is the past, and that sets you free. Imagine you're staring at the night sky. You see a star shining, but that light left the star years ago, maybe even centuries. What you're seeing now is the past. Reality works the same way. Every person, situation, or condition around you is just a delayed reflection of the consciousness you held before, like an echo returning to you. A projected image of what you once believed, felt, or feared. This is one of the most powerful insights the Kybalion offers when it says, "The reality of the universe is simply a mental creation of the all, subject to the laws of the universe." In other words, what you live today is a hologram, not created by your current conscious thoughts, but by the frequency you sustained yesterday. The mistake most people make is looking at this projection and thinking it's real. They identify with it, react to it, suffer through it, and without realizing, they lock themselves into the same vibrational state, repeating experiences like a scratched record. This illusion begins to unravel when you understand what Hermes Trismegistus revealed in the Corpus Hermeticum. Time is the moving image of eternity. What is born in time is only a shadow of the eternal. Your consciousness is eternal, but the visible reality is a shadow, an echo, a reflection. Even science is beginning to confirm this. Quantum physicist David Bohm, a close collaborator of Einstein, said, "The visible reality is only a superficial appearance, beneath which lies a deeper implicate order. That deeper order is where your consciousness operates. It's the field where reality is shaped, before matter, before time." This insight is a bridge between quantum physics and Hermeticism, both pointing to the same truth, that what you see is already outdated by the time it reaches you, and that your inner state is what seeds what will come next. When you realize that everything around you is just a vibrational delay of what was, you stop panicking at the sight of chaos. You begin creating from the now, not reacting to what already passed. But if everything around you is the past, how do you trust the invisible? How do you surrender to the wisdom of the spark when everything seems to fall apart? That's what you're about to discover now. Code 3. The will of the all always prevails, and that saves you from yourself. Think of a symphony orchestra. Each instrument plays its melody with freedom, but all follow the same invisible score, a greater harmony that guides every note. Life works the same way. You have free will. But there is a cosmic harmony that governs the universal field, and the all, the source of all, always seeks balance among all consciousness. That's why not every ego-driven desire manifests, because sometimes the yes you're asking for is the no that would harm the path of many other sparks. The Kybalion says, "The all is in all, and all is in the all." There is no separation. Every choice, every vibration interacts with a larger field where all sparks coexist. You are not creating alone. You are co-creating with a living, intelligent, sensitive field. And that's why the universe's no is often a higher, wiser yes. In the Corpus Hermeticum, Hermes Trismegistus reveals, "The mind of the all rests in eternal stillness, yet its will is ever in motion, generating and balancing the universe. The will of the all does not obey the whims of the ego. It sustains the sacred dance of existence, where each being is an essential note. But none can break the harmony without distorting the entire symphony." Even modern science is beginning to grasp this principle. Fritjof Capra, physicist and systems theorist, wrote, "The interconnectedness of all phenomena is one of the most important discoveries of modern physics. In other words, everything is connected. What happens to you resonates with the all, not just with your isolated will. You wanted to go somewhere. The tire went flat. Frustrated, you changed course, stopped at a random cafe, and met someone who opened an unexpected opportunity. That's the spiritual butterfly effect. The spark knew. The higher consciousness saw the whole and protected you from yourself. Trusting this is what transforms anxiety into wisdom. It's what allows you to stop fighting reality and start dancing with it. But how do you remember that when everything around you tries to pull you back into fear, ego, and the past? That is what a true reading of the Kybalion begins to reveal. And that is what you're about to fully understand. Imagine your life as a radio. All the stations are already broadcasting, each one with its own frequency. But what you hear depends on what you tune into. Your consciousness is the dial, your inner state, the signal. And every time you shift your vibration, your thoughts, emotions, and choices, you're not creating something new. You're simply starting to hear what was always being transmitted, what was already in the air, waiting for you to tune in. The Kybalion is not a book to merely read. It is a tool for transforming your reality, a living compass of Hermetic laws and ancient knowledge. And today, 3 hidden codes have been revealed. Code 1, the universe is mental, but the ego is not the creator. Positive thinking isn't enough. Reality isn't shaped by desperate wanting. It's shaped by conscious presence. Creation begins when you remember you don't need to ask. Code 2, everything around you is the past, and that sets you free. What you see is the delayed reflection of yesterday's frequency. Reacting to it imprisons you. Observing it with awareness sets you free. Code 3, the will of the all always prevails, and that saves you from yourself. Not every ego desire manifests, because the all sees what you don't, and even the no's are sacred responses to the greater balance of all consciousness. Everything is connected. You are not alone in this creation. You are the observer and the observed. The Kybalion whispers between the lines. The all is in all, and all is in the all. And as Jesus, the great master, once said, "Look at the birds of the air. They neither sow, nor reap, nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to your life?" You don't need to beg. You need to remember, to breathe, and to let consciousness, not fear, take the wheel. If this video brought you clarity, peace, or insight, like it and subscribe. This simple ritual tells the algorithm and the universe that you're ready for more. And if you're ready to apply the Hermetic laws in your real life, download the ebook, The Key to Prosperity, a timeless spiritual map for those tired of surviving and ready to live consciously. The link is in the pinned comment. Continue your journey with the next revelation in the video above. You've been programmed to forget who you are, the Hermetic truth about consciousness. It expands everything we've explored here and takes you deeper into the mystery of your true nature. Now, with your heart quiet and your mind open, comment below. I remember who I am. That is the key. That is the return. That is the beginning.